Hey everyone, it's the Assyrian Priestess with you. I hope this finds you well. Today I'm going to do a reading on the full moon in Cancer, which will happen on the 3rd of January, perhaps the 4th, depending on where you are in the world. So what does this full moon in Cancer have in store for us? I call upon the ancestors and guides to help this reading for the collective on the Cancer full moon, what we can expect, and any advice the cards have for us. Too many cards falling out. Full moon in Cancer on the 3rd of January. What can the collective expect? Have a third card, please. With the Ace of Discs in the shadow. So the first card out is the Princess of Discs. The second card out is the Emperor Marduk, great Babylonian king. And the last card is the Prince of Arrows, Era, which is another name for the god Nergal, here holding an arrow. So the first card shows me a young maiden in the field, and she looks like she's daydreaming, but she's surrounded by life. She's surrounded by wheat and grain, so she knows how to do things. She knows how to grow things. And then charging towards her is this energy of the Emperor, the energy of the divine masculine, who really, the Emperor card represents order in the land, order and stability. So what the cards are urging the collective to consider is, how can we create order and stability so that this thing that we know how to grow will flourish? And I do sense it is about something that we're trying to grow, because the Ace of Discs is in the shadow. So if you have a current question or a current project in your life, that project might be financial in nature, it might be around cooking or nutrition, it might actually be a new physical regimen or a new daily routine. The Emperor card is asking, how can you fortify that? How can you make that a system so that it doesn't fail and so that it is protected? Because this system you're creating, this new investment in your health or in growing something that you have begun, will take you somewhere, will take you places, has the potential to be taught, be shared, hopefully not wound others, because Prince of Arrows is a warrior. You can see here he has all of his beautiful weapons around him. So next row out, we have the Temperance card, the Tree of Life, the Two of Discs, and the Three of Swords. So the Temperance card for me is really a great mystery card. All of the major arcana really are, especially the Temperance card. Now the Tree of Life, many have said, actually represents the cosmology of all things. It is the beginning and the end, and all of the growth that we experience in between. So when we think about tempering something, it's not just as simple as finding balance, as you may often hear. It's really about going through great extremes to harden something, to make something, as strong as steel. And so a lot of the lessons that you've learned in the past are going to come to play at this time, at this Cancer full moon. And you're going to start to think, well, how can I juggle things? How can I do two things at once? Perhaps this new thing that you're growing and that you're fortifying is actually in addition to something else that you already do. And so you're really going to be weighing up, okay, well, how can I do both? Because I really do want both. And I'm capable of doing both. I just need to make it fit in a way that feels balanced and okay. I'm wondering if the Three of Swords is all about deep healing as well. Like here we have the wounded lioness, which is a really ancient and beautiful image, one of the earliest images of historical art that we can find. And apparently art historians just marvel at the realism of the ancient Assyrian rock carvings, because they show so much movement, but also so much emotion and so much, grief here. And so there will be some themes about where we've been wounded in the past. And, one thing I always say about the Three of Swords is we all walk around with 3 arrows in our heart. The difference between us is how well we tend to the wound. And so that's my message to you is, I think everybody, old and young, rich or poor, can honestly and legitimately talk about woundings that they must tend. But what makes us great is how well we tend to these wounds. How well are you actually tending to your wounds, and are you doing okay? And that's going to be a question, because I think you are doing okay. I think you are actually really invested in your nutrition, your movement, your health, your community, probably even your garden. Like if you grow food, if you are the type of person that brings flowers to an event, that's a sign that you're offering these beautiful things to the collective, and that's the Princess of Disc energy for sure. Now let's go to the last row, and then we had the Sun come out. So the last row is actually, we have the Magician, the Devil, and the Princess of Cups. And the Sun card insisted on coming out, the last card. I hear a warning here. And the warning is, you're good, but you're not that great. And beware of your ego overtaking this process. Beware of thinking that you're so untouchable, because, you might start making deals. I see the Devil card as making deals. And I think we all have to make deals at some point. We all have to sign contracts we don't really want to sign, but there's a part of us that actually gains from signing those contracts. And those contracts might be literal, or they might be emotional. And so the Princess of Cups, the goddess Ishara, she's a goddess of fertility and love. And she was actually petitioned by the ancient Assyrians for fertility and for love, much like the goddess Ishtar. And I wonder if that's why they have such similar names. But here she's holding out a cup, and I just kind of feel like she's asking you, what do you really want and need to fulfill you? Like, is this thing you're chasing or trying to grow, is it true? Yeah. And I think the Sun card's going to help you really make sense of that and really kind of come to terms with that and go, is this right and is this fair? Because interestingly, we have 2 of the masculine figures here, the Sun god Shamash and the Emperor archetype, kind of facing off with each other. And, the reason why I'm sort of raising this is, the question is, are you on the right track? Because we've got the Devil card here. And the Devil card warns me, like, is this thing that you want really good for you? Or is it a deal where you're going to actually lose? Because beware of making deals with the devil, my friends. So look, I hope this reading was useful. Please help this channel grow. Tell me what you liked in the comments. Leave me a like. Subscribe if you're interested in getting more readings and learning that little bit more of Assyrian mythologies. If you would like to learn more, I do have a small Patreon community. It's been going on for about 5 years actually. So I'm a bit late to the party of YouTube. But I thought this might be like a fun and visual and interesting way to represent stories that I find fascinating. So as always, I will leave you with my love and courage until we meet again. Bye for now.